Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
It's episode 134 of Do Not Relent. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And I love Kevin the Blob. He has never, ever let me down.
Let me just say, fuck Kevin, fuck your blob, fuck that quest.
Whoa, what's going on? What's going on here? I'll have you know that Kevin and Plaguebringer Norolith were at my wedding. You got a fucking problem with them? You got a problem with me.
I'm going to throw Kevin a medium moot and say, I kind of like you, Kevin. But I kind of don't.
Okay, let me just say that I'm glad that Blizzard has fixed this, because the first time I did it, it was very bugged, and I had to kill approximately, you're supposed to be, kill 8, and then Kevin eats them, and then you're done. I probably killed about 80 things before I was done with that quest the first time I ran it.
Poor Vanderlyle posted in guild chat, and he said, hey, does anyone know what's up with this Kevin quest? Is it bugged? And there were some people talking about it. And an hour and 10 minutes later, he says, fuck Kevin, I finally finished it. And I was like, no.
Well, did you guys put any barbecue sauce on the bodies? Because you know my boy Kevin loves a good barbecue rub.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
I actually had just run out because, I had run a few dungeons before that, and you need to, apply your BBQ sauce before a high key run,
That is true, yeah. People always go get your oils, get your stones. No one ever talks about getting your sauce.
Grab your sauce, kids. I was listening to World of Warcraft, and they were talking about this, and I guess the problem with the Kevin quest was, which I kind of figured this out, was that you had to get the killing blow. Right, so I was thinking other things are hitting it. But apparently, if you had a companion with you, because one of the other quests for the Necromancer Assault gave you a companion, if he got the last hit, it didn't count for you.
Ooh, that does make sense, though.
And if you're a hunter and your pet got the last hit, it doesn't count for you. And Kevin won't eat it.
So rude.
Oh, so much wrong with that. How does he even get coded like that is the real question.
I don't know. It's bad coding, because I think they fixed it. Now I think it's just if anything owned by you kills it, it counts, right?
Listen, Kevin came with Plaguebringer, whatever his name, to my last Ember Court. They had a few too many Slimacoladas. He wasn't on his best the next day, okay? He was really stressed. I was just trying to help him out. Don't blame me, okay? That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna write about this in my Google review of Aaron's/Growlina's Ember Court.
No, we can't I'm gonna be like that guy from the Chicago Wing place. I'm gonna troll all the comments and be like, that Immune is a hater? He came in and he ordered the wrong thing and then he clogged my toilet.
Oh my god. That crazy wing place that I will not mention its name because I don't want to give them any publicity. Fuck them.
What are the ingredients in a slime colada? I've been thinking about this for the past 45 seconds.
Slime, coconut, some vodka, some more slime. I was just going to add some slime, but then Plaguebringer was like, why don't you put some more slime in there? It felt kind of cannibalistic because Kevin is a slime, but who am I to judge?
I would drink it. Is Kevin sexy? Are slimes applicable to being sexy?
We have named a slime sexiest NPC before, so I don't see why not.
What's
he does
his name?
Have one feature. I think there's a skull floating in there, so I can say he's got a handsome face.
He is a grower.
Okay, wait, this is the wrong segment. All right, I guess we can talk about the cinematic, even though I do want to talk about, which I won't, about how me and Immune watched Clockstoppers the other day. I'll talk about that later, though.
We did, in fact, watch it.
People gotta wait towards the end to get that exclusive content. We need to get rid of the chaff to get the wheat.
Blaze it.
But yeah, as promised last episode, we are going to talk about the cinematic that is at the end of the Sylvanas fight in the Sanctum of Domination raid. We are, well, obviously spoilers here. Whatever. So this is the one that plays after you defeat her. And it starts with the jailer basically claiming the orb that the Arbiter currently had in her possession. And I didn't realize this until I listened to Thrall's Balls pod this week, because I don't know, like literally after he takes it out, the Arbiter just dissolves out of existence. So I did not notice that before.
I swear to God, I had no clue that she dissolved. I'm like, wait, what do you mean she...
I don't think of her, and I think that's probably because she hasn't moved or spoken or done anything other than be a set piece. But yeah, even like rewatching it, I was like, okay, I'm watching for her dissolve, and I could hardly find it because I was like, there's so many other things that are happening.
Yeah, so he takes it, he puts it into his chest hole, and then he gets some sick new, like, I don't know, kind of Drust-esque looking armor.
I was going to say, he was very drusty there.
Can I say, I'm so mad because the jailer, naked Zoval that we know him, has a perfect circular hole. He takes this orb, he puts it in his chest, there's a flash of light, and we see his new armor still has a goddamn hole in it. I'm like, oh, this is so frustrating me. Just close the hole.
Maybe it's symbolic. Like, maybe... Okay, so the other Eternal ones... Wait, no. The first ones... They're the Eternal ones, right? The first ones before them, yes. So the other Eternal ones were like, Zoval, you're going to the mall. But not only that, we're taking your fucking clothes away from you. You're going in butt-ass naked. So maybe, like, they, like, punched him in the chest to, like, break the thing off of him. And he's like, I'm going to keep it there. That way they can be reminded that I'm a badass.
Very Illidan-esque, like, I am my chest hole.
That is Drust, right? Like, the horns and, like, the way that the wood and this... Like, it just looks very, very Drusty.
I guess, yeah. It's just, like, just the center of it, his chest hole, appears to be sort of bone-esque. But, I mean, the rest of it is that classic Maw steel. I mean, which makes sense, because he is the leader of the Maw. He just looks like a giant NPC, like the guy who's waiting for me in Zoval's cauldron.
Well, it is his cauldron.
It is his cauldron. It does make sense. But anyways, after that, he's like, I've got my power. And he opens up a big portal to somewhere else. And he's like, tell you what, boys and girls, I'm going to use my new power to chain everyone. And he chains them up. And they all the leaders fall to their knees with glassed over eyes.
And at this point, Sylvanas is like, Zoval, we have what we need. Let's get out of here. We don't need to do anything else here.
So when everybody else just like falls to their knees, is that just like showing how powerful he is now? That like he can just make Jaina, Thrall, and Bolvar just collapse?
And then the glassed over eyes made me think he specifically was like, I'm going to control them all. Like in a world where Sylvanas didn't get lippy, he was just going to take all of our leaders again.
Yeah, I think you're right. But then Sylvanas, like, hears him say that all are going to serve him, and she has this flashback of everyone who has said that before, so, like, Arthas, the Lich King, or whatever, and then she's like, oh, no, I'm not about this anymore, and then she pulls an arrow and tries to shoot it at him, and he just, grabs it, and he's like, that's a shame.
Just absolutely no-sells it. Just like, wow, you thought you could do that? Tell you what, girl, I got something special for you. He reaches into a little portal with a blue crystal, and he's like, ooh, look at this Billy crystal, and breaks it, and she gets fucked up.
And he throws it back at her and says that, you know, since she helped restore something that was previously his, he will give back something that was stolen from her, and, you know, this is her soul crystal of sorts that he throws back at her after crushing it. I don't know if that means anything, the fact that he crushed it.
What if this is the origin of the Legion medallion? He crushed the medallion.
I hate when Blizzard is retconning everything. Back in the day, I loved to crush the medallion for my own fun. I don't need an NPC to tell me how much crushing is cool.
How much rep do you think he got with the Draenor factions when he crushed Sylvanas' soul crystal?
He didn't get any. He's maxed out because he's been in the Maw for so long. He had all the time in the world to play Draenor, get all of his reps maxed out.
Oh, this didn't even benefit him then because, like, there aren't Paragon bags for that shit, is there?
That was actually part of his punishment, was he had to play WoD content over and over and over. He's like, I can just maybe get to Stormwind, but the portal didn't work, and he was like, no!
It's funny, actually. He would have invaded this week, but the WoD time walking stopped him from coming into Ouroboros. It's like, no, please, don't make me go back there.
He's like, I'm taking this week off.
Okay, so he smacked down Sylvanas, and then he left, right? And he was just like, hey, everybody.
He also spit a promo that was like, I'll leave them to your fate. And he released all the leaders like a fool.
Yeah,
Although he took Anduin with him.
That's got to be one of the like top 10 dumbest bad guy moves, like all other bad guys do. Where I'm just gonna leave 3 of your largest people behind and not just kill them immediately. Here you go.
It's that classic villain, I just got what I needed, I am the shit, nothing will stop me. It doesn't matter what any of them do, so I'm just gonna release them. And, like, I just don't get it. Like, if you were, like, actually wanting to rule the world, you wouldn't get sloppy now after you just got your powers back, right?
You know Sylvanas has got to be pissed, because essentially what he said as he was leaving and, like, zapping her with a crystal was like, I have all I need. And she was just like, yes! That's what I was saying. You have all you need. If only you had reached that conclusion 2 minutes ago.
Nothing changed. Like, he could have just done it before.
Yeah, so, like, one thing that he did say, though, was that after she said that, like, you have what you need, then he made some statement about how what the makers did to him was unfair. I don't know if that's in reference to, like, the first one's the one who made the system that he was a part of before. Anyways, then when Sylvanas gets her soul crystal back, she basically collapses. And as she's collapsing, she says that we can't let him get to, and then she passes out and hits the floor. So
I'm sure everyone's heard a bunch of theories about this. It seems like the most 2 popular theories are the Sunwell and the Sepulcher. Wait, no, how do you say it? Sepulcher? They're saying it weird. And I was like, that's how you say that?
Yes, the Suffolker.
Ugh.
I mean, I could see either. So, like, the argument for it being the Sunwell is that, like, this is the soul crystal she's getting back that was taken from her when the Lich King killed her the very first time. And that is, so she's like, we can't let him being Arthas, get to the Sunwell in, Warcraft 3?
I've been playing... What even was the subtitle of base Warcraft 3?
I think it was just Warcraft 3.
No, it...
Eat him up, eat him up, eat him up.
Warcraft 3. But no, it was like Reign of Champions or something. Wasn't there? Didn't it have a subtitle?
Frozen Throne was the expansion. People are gonna just get mad at us. This isn't. I don't know the answer. I'm sorry, Warcraftler people. I'm trying.
We never claimed to be a lore pod, so I think we're fine.
It's Reign of Chaos.
Yeah, I knew that the whole time.
So yes, she is going all the way back to Reign of Chaos potentially, and it was like, we can't let Arthas get in there, which means, okay, so does that mean there's like 3 personalities, or does that mean that Zovaal has been influencing her and keeping a hold on her all the way since then? So
this is also where no one knows, obviously. It seems like the 2 camps are, it's a redemption story where she was 100% mind controlled and she did not control her actions. And then there's the camp that I think I'm in now at this point, which is the camp of she was just trying to gain power and he did have a hold on her, but she still had some control because even just then in the cinematic, she fired an arrow at him before he gave her soul back, right? So maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, I think I agree with you that she had general control of herself, but I guess he had subtly possibly influenced everything she has done since the beginning of basically WoW.
I guess like she was, from what I'm getting, is that she was basically willingly enhanced, whereas Anduin said, no, I don't want this power. He said, fine, I'm going to force this power on top of you. Sylvanas said, yeah, fine, give it to me, I guess. And he was like, here you go, use it when you want. And that's it. That's what's happening now. Was it Thrall's Balls that had the theory that the Arbiter just was created to replace Zovaal in like the 5 people?
I think it may have been there that I heard that theory. I think it's been going around a little bit too, but it kind of makes sense too, because like, especially if she does just dissolve when like his like Orby thing was taken from her, she seems to not exist anymore. And it kind of implies then that like Zovaal's brothers and sisters all made the Arbiter to take his job and sort souls as they locked him away in the Maw. Which, does that mean that like Zovaal used to just sit up in Oribos like on one of those pedestals and like judge every soul that came in? And I guess the Maw would have still been there, but like it wouldn't have been like his domain. He would just like damn souls that seemed unworthy down there.
Right, because it never, it's always seemed like he was put in the mall, right? He keeps saying how they put me here and they chained me here, so
And
that's
it looks
gotta be
like
what happened.
he used to have like an official seat on the council because there is a 5th pedestal that is cracked. So he used to stand there long ago before he fucked up.
Man, that's kind of fucked up. You know, these machines coming in, taking your job, stealing your heart. Like, what are you supposed to do other than rally against the machine?
He's just doing what he needs to, rallying all of his patriots down south, and by that I mean literally down in the mall, south of us, and just forming a revolution.
You know, he says what everyone's thinking. All souls should go to the mall.
He said in that bus that he was going to grab her by the sigil, and I'll be darned if that's not the truth that I want.
You know, that is just some locker room talk by our Zoval. He is so relatable. You know, we've all been thinking it. Like, you know, it's just, what else is a sigil for but grabbing, you know?
Who hasn't been at the rune carver's chamber and not said something like that?
Just you wait until Medivh Jr. Madan comes back to lead us into our new resistance.
Oh my god. Zoval, Madan Jr., 2021.
Madan Jr. That's like a baby wizard. That's
Oh
All right,
my
everyone,
god.
good job. That was great. Yeah, I love that theory, though. That, I mean, by this point, the theory seems real.
Is the theory that Madan is still alive, or?
No.
Of course.
The Arbiter, not Madan.
Oh, I couldn't think of like a name of an area that starts with like AL or all. I was going to make a sick Where We Go One joke.
That's fine.
Where we go one, we go Zaval. Can't do that.
There you go. There you go. God, that's actually ruining people's families. I'm sorry if anyone's having to deal with that out there.
Yeah, I think it was a good cinematic. It's crazy how much I feel like I missed just watching it one time. Like, watching it the second time, I was like, wait, let me rewind. Because I think I was just so mad that I was like, Sylvanas is escaping. But at this point, I don't think she is. Like, obviously, we don't kill her at the end of the raid. But, like, I think something's going to happen that she's not going to like, and I'm going to be happy about that.
I'm hoping that there's too many goddamn characters. I'm hoping that someone stays behind to do death stuff, whether that is taking over for someone or getting a new job in the Shadowlands. And I hope it's her. That way, she has a cool job, so people who like her are like, she's important. And also, she goes away so that everyone else can be like, finally, at least she's gone.
And, you know, that's not a bad idea, giving her Zoval's old job, which is still kind of fucked up from their perspective. But, like, if you just Illidan her, you put her on a spaceship with the alien, you send the alien away, you don't have to see that alien for 3 to 4 expansions, and then you're good.
Do you think we're going to see Sargeras again? That's good.
100%.
That feel a little fucked up if just Illidan's like, I didn't do well. I really thought I could do it, but I beefed it.
What it's probably going to be is there's probably going to be somebody landing on that spaceship, and Illidan's like, what the fuck? Who's docking on the ship? And then he gets overwhelmed, and then they get freed. That's probably what's going to... Don't quote me. It's probably going to happen, though. So yeah, I'm cool with Sylvanas being the Death Lord. Even if she's getting rewarded a lot, getting rewarded for being bad and horrible, though, I don't like that part.
Yeah, are we just going to ignore the fact that, like... You know, she still committed, like, genocide at the entire Night Elf people.
Hey, she's gonna go and personally apologize to every single one. It'll be good. She said sorry, okay?
That part wasn't her. That was Zoval.
I had nothing to do with that. I don't know what that was.
I can't even remember what happened. You said there was a fire? Did someone leave the kettle on? I'm sorry to hear about that.
Are we gonna get war crimes too, but then it's just Sylvanas pleading insanity?
But then somebody mentions the name Delarin, and you just hear her face twitch, and she gets legally blinded, and then she loses the case because she freaks out against Delarin. What's her name? River Moon? Sun River? Moon? Sun?
If I saw that Delarin River Moon, I would bend and snap her neck 100 degrees.
She's like, well, you know, 98% of burning Teldrassil was Oval. 2% was me because fuck Delarin.
What's a loon up to?
What is a loon up to? Being real temperamental, making sure that Tyrande has enough strength right up until the end, and she's like, gonna have to rein that one back.
A loon definitely is going to come into the story because, like, it's either, like, her... It's a loon stopping her for, like, one of several reasons. It's the fact that, like, maybe a loon still thinks that she needs Sylvanas for something later on, or... I don't know exactly.
I heard this theory. I don't remember where I heard it from. It was on a podcast. I think it was the guest on World of Warcraft, actually, who was talking about how because Sylvanas was so close to the jailer for however long, that a loon knows that Sylvanas may be the only way for our people to know how to defeat him. So she's like, you can't kill her because she has the secrets, and that'll keep them alive.
Which is exactly why the leaders that Zoval let free at the end of that cinematic are going to do the same thing. Like, they're going to be like, well, we can't kill her even if we want to because she knows things we don't.
And then she's going to bargain them and be like, I'll tell you if you show me Nathanos' dead body. And it's like, come on. That's not a different planet, please. But then maybe, I also saw another one that a loon just wants to not have revenge, like murder revenge on Sylvanas, but that she just wants her people restored, like the souls that were sent to the mall from Teldrassil. So she wants them like redeemed, and that's the goal for Tyrande. It's like fuck lame. I hope that's not it. I get it, but
even if she just plucked them out of the maw and put them back in Ardenweld, but the way Ardenweld works, who knows? Maybe they'll come back one day. I mean, everyone there gets reborn eventually, so. It's a win-win. Everyone gets to come back within 1,000 years.
That's still like they all like all the ones that I've saved. They are just walking around Ardenweald, like, and I'm like, we could just send them, put them in a little seed and hatch them again. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have enough Animu now. We could do that.
Can you imagine a dead Worgen gets brought back in Ardenweld, goes through their trials, gets reborn as a human, and then gets bit again?
Oh, man.
Fuck! Man!
I was finally free of this curse.
I spent the last 900 years as a squirrel, and now this happens again. I wanted to wear hats.
Well, while we're speaking about this stuff, I think it's about time for us to bring back Time Warp, baby.
Oh, no. I was like, who has it?
I've had it for a while, but like we've been busy talking about other things, so it's like I was like we can hold off for a little bit, but it's back now. And since it's been a while, I guess I'll explain it. Time Warp is when I give these two 40 seconds to name as many correct responses to my question as they can. The loser has to take a shot of the alcohol. Are you two ready?
Ready, Freddy.
Ready.
Okay, this week's question, as I am asking you two to name as many of the named regions of the World of Warcraft cosmology chart as you can. On your mark, get set, go.
Arcane,
Light,
fell,
void,
shadow, light, earth, storm,
death,
ice, death, void, life, earth, ice, arcane,
fire,
fell,
water,
shadow, light. What are we missing? Holy. We're missing something, some big bubbles.
Dream,
Death, fart, panini,
nature.
Punana.
What's my name?
Punana.
What's my name?
Punana.
Time. Okay, well, I was going for like the big six, like the ones that are like just like the outer edges. So those are the ones I was listening for, and those are light, shadow, life, death, order, and disorder. I don't think either of you guys named order or disorder.
No, we did not.
I heard life, death, light, and I don't know if one of you guys said shadow. I think maybe one of you guys did, or maybe not.
No,
I did not, at least.
Well, I said shadow at one point.
Okay, well then I believe Slide wins this one. I heard
This is
Aaron.
rigged.
I heard Aaron say light pretty much right off the bat, and then I guess if Slide got shadow, I also heard him say life, and then both of you guys said death about the same time, I believe.
One was very similar. Did you hear us sing together?
Honestly, I just want to applaud that, so I'm going to take a little bit of a drink for that lovely performance.
Well, it sounds like I was the loser, so let me go grab my shot.
Same, except I'm just making a drink while you do that.
So while they're both doing that, I just thought it was interesting that I think I read or heard somewhere that Sylvanas was originally intended to go to Ardenweald on her death. So I wonder if that also has something to do with Elune and why she would stop Tyrande from killing her.
I'm back with my Malort.
No more
Yes.
Malort.
Yes, and here it goes.
It's gonna
there it
stick
is,
with
kids.
You know, she probably made a deal to go to Ardenweald. I heard what you were saying while I was taking my drink. Because they were like, Mark of the Wild's pretty cool. Is that what it's called?
Wild Spirits.
Yeah, Wild Spirit. Mark of the Wild is the Druid buff. Wild Spirits is what I meant to say. It's going to be a pretty cool ability, Sylvanas. You want to come to Ardenweald later.
Think of the AoE Sylvanas.
Whatever you do, don't go Necrolord. You won't be meta.
I can tell you now, I'm still making my decision, but I have little to no interest in Chakram.
You and I both, Sylvanas.
What even is what's the Benthir Hunter one? Does anyone know it? Anyone playing Hunter in a Benthir out there? Press F in the chat.
I think it has something to do with Hunter's Mark, but I'm not 100% sure.
Hey, can we talk about how all the podcasts all the WoW podcasts are gone? Hi, everybody. We're one of 10 podcasts left that cover World of Warcraft. Where are they going?
I don't know. A lot of them are just... I feel like a lot of them decided to die right as 9.1 came out. I'm like, what are you guys doing? We have new content for the first time in so long, and you guys have been around up until now.
And they're missing out on quality content like Flayed Shot. Every 30 seconds, you can shoot at a target, which puts a moderate dot on them for 18 seconds. Each tick of the dot has a chance to make your next kill shot free, deal 25% more damage, and immediately usable regardless of the target's current health.
Oh, I kind of like that. It's probably not good, though. See, and that's the thing, is that I think a lot of the people that have stopped playing are people who were just been playing for a while, right? They've had their skin in the game. They know how the system works. For us, this is still fun. Maybe for them or for you or other people, it's just I've seen this so many times before. And if you don't like the game, take a break. That's it. Then you're good. No one's gonna chastise you for leaving.
And if that's the case, it's kind of admirable. I wouldn't want to create a content for something that I don't play as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely. But I'm sitting here I've got 2 characters that I'm trying to raid with at the same time, and I want to add a third one. I think I'm getting so jealous of everyone's Frost Mage, and I'm like, I have a Frost Mage. I play Frost. Let's go.
yeah, I am a crazy motherfucker right now that has 3 characters at max renown and pretty geared, could raid, do high keys. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I don't know. It's the most WoW I've played basically since I started.
I wish I could do more. I go to work and all I think about is WoW. I'll try and install it on my Windows XP at work. Sorry, I can't film. I have to raid.
I had that same idea. I have an hour lunch now, and I could legitimately do WoW content if I had a computer that had WoW on it over there. So I'm like, do I install it on a PC up here?
Can you do that there? Your job doesn't even let you go on TikTok.
Yeah, they fucking block TikTok. And they fucking, come on. How am I going to watch my fun talks on your toilet? Anyway, I just want to reiterate that this podcast is absolutely head over heels in love with Shadowlands right now. And we're not going anywhere. If we can play through all of BFA, we can do anything.
If we can start in WoD and play through all of BFA, we're in for the long haul, brother.
Yeah, if we can continually make at least one episode a week during the 9.0 to 9.1 drought, we got this, baby.
That wasn't even that bad. That was fun. I'm having a great time. Let's talk about fucking Torghast or Raid. Torghast? Raid? Ooh. Ah? Ooh.
Let's talk about
what's the audience say?
Yeah, what's the audience got to say?
Am I hearing Nintendo's new Smash Brothers ripoff?
No. Listen. No. Please. You guys have no idea how much I want to talk about this Nickelodeon new Smash Bros. Game, but we cannot talk about it. We have so much WoW shit to get through. This would be like maybe a bonus episode of just us talking about the Nicktoons Smash game.
And about how I would be a Danny Phantom main.
Oh my god. Wait, but actually though, Torghast. It's a Torghast.
All I know is, this is all I gotta say. Why are they gonna put Reptar in there instead of Drew Pickles? Because you know Drew Pickles is a weirdly violent motherfucker. He could punch a kid.
What if like he just had various like sharp weapons, like no engineering tools, just like a knife, a sword, like he's a murderer. Yeah, I killed Chucky's wife. What about it?
Yes, so the new Torghast changes.
Yes.
What do you guys think of them so far?
I like it. It certainly makes it, well, I mean, removing the death counter makes it a lot more fun because you can just continue until you win, which is better than being like, okay, everyone, let's math it out. We only have one thing left, so Jason, you have to leave because we know you're going to die.
Yeah, it's funny though, because with the new scoring system, I feel like the second I die to doing something stupid, which I always do in Torghast, I just reset it now. I'm on floor 2 and I died, reset. Because I want to get a perfect score. So for me, deaths are actually worse than they were when it was just a counter.
Yeah, but if your main goal was just to get to the end to get your soul ass and your cinders, then it doesn't matter dying. But if you're a person that wants to like maximize your research and get a flawless run, maybe go to the Addy Vaults, then yeah, dying is the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, I haven't been to the Adamant Vault yet. I wish I could do it today, but we had to record a podcast for you people.
Yeah, guys, how selfish of you. Ugh. But yeah, overall, I like it. I like that there's one less floor. It does feel faster, even though you basically are strong-armed into doing everything on the floor. But, well, actually, I guess you're not. Like, Slide was telling me earlier that these crazy feral druids on the Dream Grove have this, like, meta way of getting the most soul asses possible, as quick as possible, just speedrunning it.
Us poor feral druids have to recraft basically all of our legendaries, which is anywhere from 3 to 4, depending on your content, because they're all in the wrong slots. So they found the best way to farm Soul Ash, which is, if you're an invisible class with a lot of burst, all you do is you sneak past every single boss, kill the last boss, and you can do this over and over and over again, just stealthing and killing if you're geared enough. And you could just farm enough Soul Ash over 5 to 6 hours to recraft 4 to 5 legendaries. The pain they make us pharaohs go through to be good DPS.
Man, y'all are crazy.
One of the guys on there, his fastest run for running an entire layer 7 was 1 minute and 55 seconds. If you can beat that, let me know.
I feel like some people just don't have a fast enough computer to go in between the floors for that.
That's honestly got to be a factor, right? Yeah, I really like how it's making me play Torghast way differently than I would ever do before. I mean, before, I literally would do every Torghast like I would do that layer 7. I would invis past everything, kill the last thing, and just keep going because I was always so geared enough to just be able to kill it. And it'll give me some good powers. I'm good. Like, that's it.
Yeah, and the little pink box thing makes it doing it every week a little more enjoyable because your power level goes up.
I'm sorry, the what? The little pink box?
Yeah, you know, like RuPaul's mini pink box from season 5.
Oh, you're talking about the box of many things? Rue's box of many things?
Yeah, in the Interior Illusions Lounge, which is what the Rune Carver's little chamber has been renamed to because he's not there anymore. He is an illusion.
Yeah, he is an illusion.
Interior. How does that work? How can his illusion make us legendary items? That's OP as fuck, right?
Listen,
why didn't he make
before.
his illusion like him, like the Primus? Why is he like, ooh, let me craft up an illusion that looks like me when I was in BDSM gear?
That's what I was also... Okay, can we go back to that really quick? He wasn't mind charmed at all, right? He was just hiding in plain sight. Is that what he was doing? Or was his memories were lost, right? He forgot who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't Zoval just kill him? I mean, I guess he's using him to craft items for him. But, like, I don't know.
I actually did hear I don't remember where, but there was a theory that the first one's... Wait, Are they first or eternal? We literally said this earlier. Whatever, like, Zoval and Daddy D and all of them are.
Eternal ones.
Correct.
Yeah.
Our current leaders are eternal ones.
So there's a theory that they can't be killed, and that's why instead of just killing Zoval, they banished him as well.
Well, maybe they just don't believe in capital punishment. Like, that's fine. It's very expensive to kill Zoval. You know how much money that costs the taxpayers of Ardenweld? So fucking much.
Do you know how many people are in line in front of him on death row? The entire world is dead.
Rendell is clapping like, I can fund it. Let me fucking give you the money to kill Zoval.
These raiders, they really funded, our campaign to kill Zoval.
Can't get over how the homie Rendell is giving out his gold now. Just giving it out as fucking quests. It's so great.
Tell you who's giving out quests now. It's Draka. She was the person that shows up for this newest quest line, and it's got everyone talking.
Well, what do they have to say?
Well, this is once again, people are like, you're missing all the important moments. You can have a whole bonus episode about just this series of quests. But the big thing is you go into Desmotaeron or Desmorton or whatever.
Can you please give that a fun nickname right now? Like, what's a fun name to call it?
Despacito.
So it's Despacito. Wait, no, is this Despacito 3?
Yeah, Despacito
this is
3.
Despacito 2. I'm sorry, this is 3, yes.
Yeah, please get it right.
But, so you sneak into Despacito 3.
Oh, no.
And it's like, we're going to signal the invasion of Despacito, and we're gonna put these portals down. But then every time you put a portal down, also it's Draka and Thrall are here, and every time you put a portal down, one of them goes a little bit into their backstory, and it's like, ooh, won't they recognize each other? Like, it's like, you put one down, and he's like, Draka, you were a Frostwolf, right? And it's like, yes, they were very important to me. I had a husband and a son. And you put another one down, and it's like, ugh. I was taken from my son. He was green. And
orc.
Yeah, he was an orc. He would probably... Oh, by the way, Thrall threw his axe that was named Duratan's... Or no, it's like Ogrimar's Fury or something. And then she's like, Ogrimar's Fury, that's a cool name. But we get it back from just some guy.
I haven't finished the quest line. I have to do like 2 more quests and I think it's done. So wait, so Dude just finds the axe and is like, hey, I found this in Helia's eyeball. Here you go.
Apparently Helia pulled it out of her eyeball and said, this is awful. And then she gave it to one of like the floating priest guys and was just like, use this axe. And then, but he's like a chump. He's nothing. So we kill him and it's just like, my axe is back. This is neat.
This is so weird. Like, I mean, I guess Helia doesn't have any need for this axe, but
I mean,
just giving it to a random dude in Despacito.
But so you do all your quests, you signal the attack, and it is actually pretty cool because out of all these death portals come like the army, members of each of the 4 covenants. They're fighting people, and you hop in a ziggurat and are like bombarding people with a ziggurat cannon. It's pretty neat.
Okay, I like that in the Necrolord Assault, which also that's where Kevin was. So I mean, like, that was fun.
But the big emotional lead up to this is Draka said, we need to take out one of the jailer's most important generals. And you go up and it's the dirty jelly bean man himself, Vyraz.
Oh shit, Vyraz is there?
Yes, Vyraz is there, and he's a doo-doo head. You begin the fight, and he goes, I'm not strong enough. It's like, we just started fighting, bud. And as you fight him, Helia's like, I'll give you my magic, but it does nothing. And you beat him, and it's like, we have cleared this part of Despacito. And then Growlina says, well, can you give me a warp to the raid then? And she goes, nope, not for like 3 more weeks.
So Vyraz is the one who betrayed the entirety of the Maldraxxus Covenant, right?
Yes, somehow rotund Ravager himself, Vyraz, killed like the dude that's on the loading screen.
You mean Margrave Crexus?
Yes, that sounds familiar. Draka is like, this is for Crexus! And I was like, who? You the loading screen guy?
Yeah, the loading screen guy.
Honestly, Blizzard has some nerve, like, billing him as, like, the main guy, putting him on the loading screen and killing him off in literally, like, the first quest line that we have in this expansion, but go off.
But anyways, the big important moment, the moment that is on everyone's YouTube channels of people crying in the thumbnails, are you go home to Korthia, and Draka's like, Thrall, let's get a tight 5 to the side here. You are my son. I recognize Duratan's eyes.
Which I know we covered earlier, but like, this feels just as dumb as when we covered it before.
And it's a big moment where he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know, Mommy. And she goes, tell me about your life. Who are you? And he's like, I was a war chief, and I used to be a really good shaman. I had a bitchin' hammer at some point. And she goes, no, that's who you were. Who are you? And he goes, shit, I don't know. She goes, find out. And then they walk away and they pretend they don't know each other.
I wonder if we're going to have, like, deeper Thrall evolution than coming in the coming, like, expansion.
I don't know I guess I welcome that. I was going to say, I don't know if I want that or not, but yeah, I guess I'm fine with some more lore for people who care about the Thrall stuff. I mean, I play Alliance. I don't see, when I see Thrall, it's always like shit like this, and he's taking up story time for me.
I'm like, we need to rescue my king and win. We forget that he's still being dominated?
I went to Wikipedia to look up Margrave Crexus, and in their notes, Crexus is predominantly featured in the marketing for World of Warcraft Shadowlands, namely the loading screen and the launch cinematic, promotional key art, and the official Warcraft Twitter account. Is he running the Twitter? Where he is used to represent Maldraxxus.
He certainly has time. He got beef. He was, oh, no way.
Where he is used to represent Maldraxxus and the Necrolords in the same manner as the Eternal Ones. In spite of this, Crexus only makes a total of 3 in-game appearances before dying off-screen.
Fucking Ripperoni, that poor man.
We didn't even get, like, to see him murdered by Viraz. It's just like, oh yeah, he's dead now.
They didn't even invite his voice actor to the voice actor panel, and they invited the little deer guy who had just as many appearances. The shade.
Wikipedia continues to throw shade, and I didn't even realize this. Crexus's model uses the same animation as Fel Lords. And he totally does. Look at him with his little axe on the ground, holding it like the Fel Lords do in fucking Nephar Citadel. He's a generic character.
He's no one and nothing.
I guess it swerved us, right? Because I was like, wait, the dude on the loading screen is dead already? Cut smash to like all of them being hit at one point.
So anyways, that's the big emotional moment this week. And I'm sure we'll get a lot of meany fan mail and comments saying, Aaron doesn't understand the depth. I want to, I don't know, throw Draka like a football.
I would love if we got some like evil fan mail about that stuff. If you guys hate us, let us know. I'd love to hear this.
Well, speaking of fan mail, we did get one email from Adorno saying that last episode was our best episode ever and that we should record a 5-hour episode next. So just let you guys know that we are now 1/5 of the way there. So
I was just about to say, I don't know what you boys are doing, but we have another 4 hours and 10 minutes to cover.
I got a lot of Torghast to farm on my druid.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you do like that one method, how many? Well, yeah, 5 hours. Yeah, okay. So one podcast worth of Torghast farming, and then you can recraft your legendary.
Just enough time.
But this week in Raid, we have made some progress, I would say. Our group caught up.
We got up to Painsmith last week, and the big revelation is, after some last-minute nerfs, we have defeated him.
Yeah, he got hotfixed during our raid, I believe. Although, I think we would have downed it last night, even if that wasn't there. We were making really good progress. And after the hotfixes, it was pretty clean. I think we made it through with, like, one person dying, maybe. Like, we got that fight down. It felt pretty good.
The fire was doing way too much damage on normal for people trying to avoid spikes. And once that was nerfed, I was like, I'm pretty sure we got this. And then bam, we had it.
Yeah, still very much so evil Mario Party, but we did defeat that. Then we decided to, I guess this is a path now after this boss that you can split. You can either do Guardian of the first ones or Fate Scribe, or the Fate Scribe guy that was kidnapped from that cave due to us in Korthia.
So it was funny so Lynn decided, he was like, we have two options. We can either go Fate Scribe or we can go into Guardian. And me and Immune have been double raiding with Dogs with Jobs on the weekend, where we do I bring my alt until I get unloot locked and do this whole thing. And so we've seen the other boss, and I was like, I don't know if we can kill this other boss because we don't have enough healers. That the Guardian is like so much damage comes out of that fucking guy.
It's almost, I don't know, it almost felt like a healer check a little bit in some ways. Like, a lot of damage goes out, but also we did, like, with Dogs with Jobs, we were just not taking care of one part of the fight, and then, like, as soon as we got rid of those sentries, it was a lot easier. But yeah.
Which I feel like the adventure guide really needs to be updated, because I read that adventure guide front and back, and I was like, none of this makes sense on why this is hurting so much. But so when Lynn picked Fate Scribe, I said to myself, oh no, please not that one.
I don't know anything about what this guy is.
Well, so we got one or two pulls off on Fate Scribe with Dogs with Jobs, like, over the weekend, and I was high as fuck, and they appointed me to be a fucking ring runner, and the whole time I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't know what the fuck these rings are. I'm only half listening.
What is this mechanic? Because they were talking about it, but I was not a ring runner, so I was just like, okay, I'll sit in the background.
So even if you're not a ring runner, you should be looking at the rings just in case, because if we do not get these rings right, we will die. Like, we will straight up die in like 45 seconds. So the rings, there's rings, and then there's runes that the ring runes have to lock into.
Hilbrand's ears just perked up.
Runes.
Yeah, so if you're a ring runner, I guess, like, or basically anyone, if you stand on the part of the ring that's glowing, if one person's in it, then the ring starts moving clockwise. If two people are in it, then it starts moving counterclockwise, and you have to, like, bring it to the rune for it to lock in, and there are 3 rings, like, from outward inward that you have to do that for. So, like, there are potentially, like, 3 groups of people that need to do this. And during this, there's also ads that are running around and doing a lot of damage to people.
But it's funny because we say 1 and 2. It's actually evens and odds. So if people aren't paying attention and just standing near the rune, they may actually move it in an unintended direction than what the rune runners are trying to move the runes into. I have never, ever in my World of Warcraft raiding or dungeon career seen a fight that fucking looked like this. The minute that the room, like, unlocks and the floor starts to spin around and you get blasted back is like a very what the fuck is going on right now moment.
Yeah, it almost felt like we were, like, at a casino, and by that I don't mean that, like, we're at a casino gambling. I'm like, we have just become a piece of the casino where we are now the roulette.
Aaron, do you remember Kingdom Hearts 1? The first fight you have with Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie.
This is that fight. You're in the casino, you're on the fucking roulette wheel, and you gotta match at the fucking roulette wheel to beat his ass for the bitch knocks you off the platform.
Does that mean that I will spend an hour trying to hop up and glitch behind the fence? I did it once.
Yes.
I did it once.
Immune watched me do this fight, and I literally did that same. I glitched through the fence so I could hit him easier.
Can confirm he did that.
Anyway, this fight is wild, and, like, I wasn't worried, but I've heard a lot of people say that these fights aren't as fun or as different as fights from Nathria. Because Nathria fights were crazy. The lantern mechanic on Trooping was crazy cool. The Sludgefist pillars were dope. Like, there's, like, a bunch of, like, the Kel'Thas fight where you're healing instead of damaging. Granted, I hate that fight, but it is different, right?
But so far, I think that Sanctum or Sactum or Sadi.
It's Sadi. Well, at this point, it's Sadi.
Yeah, I think Sadi actually is a pretty good raid so far. I really like it. Also, and we didn't mention this yet, I think, but Mr. Bigglesworth is in there in several different locations, and you can be the first person to pet him, and then he runs off to his next location.
I think we found him twice now.
Yeah, there's like one like right after the first band member giant ad Bone Steel, I think, and there's one later. And I don't know how many opportunities there are to find him.
I'm sure that'll be like a secretive achievement thing once people understand it.
That only makes sense because there used to be an old one with Cuthuzad and Bigglesworth.
Oh yeah, then it probably is that, right?
Because that's his kitty. And you know what I'm most mad about? And I understand that like he had a voice actor before Hearthstone, but Cuthuzad's Hearthstone voice actor is the peak of Cuthuzad voice. It's so campy and it's so fun. And I was so upset that they did not use this opportunity of him in Shadowlands to use that same campy Hearthstone voice. They used his old like I'm a sleazy old white man with a voice filter. I'm like, lame.
The thing is, I feel like most old school WoW people pop for that, but we are your unique people who started playing this game because of Hearthstone, so...
Specifically the one where Cuthuzad was the MC for that one. But still, his voice as Noxtramus is so iconic. Like, let's just switch it up.
But I guess while we're talking about Sadi, we can throw in another sexiest NPC of the week, baby.
Yes.
And this week, we are naming the aforementioned Bone Steel. And I'm talking Bone Steel, the Keeper of Screams.
I can tell you, I gave him a run for his money the other day when we were sneaking one out behind the towers.
Ew. What were you doing with Bone Steel behind the towers? The Twin Towers? Aaron the Twin Towers? Aaron the Twin Towers? Aaron, those are monuments to our fallen soul. Aaron, those are monuments. You can't.
Jet fuel can't melt Bone Steel.
But
He's
this
too
cum
hot to
can.
handle.
You guys, we can't keep making references like these.
Most people stop listening by now, so we're fine.
We're not alt-right, okay, guys? Just to make that clear. We're the farthest thing.
We're not wait, you said alt-right or alt-right?
Alt-right. But I mean, I'm also not alt-right. But
Yeah, we are neither of those. But I just want to bring your attention to Bone Steel's loot table. He's got a couple purple, he's got a couple greens, but he knows that things can get a little messy after the fun, so he also always carries 1 to 3 shrouded cloths.
So polite.
He said, I'm sorry I ectoplasmed in your hair. Here you go.
I would love to be a groupie on tour with Bone Steel.
So our raid team has created some extra lore that Bone Steel and the other large named NPCs like this that are all like keepers of, or they all have like titles, are part of this like screamo rock band. And, you know, obviously Bone Steel, the Keeper of Screams, is the lead vocalist, right?
Yeah, there's Bone Steel, then there's Soul Ember, who's on the drums. You know, she's a cool kind of down-to-earth lass, the fiery spirit. I don't remember the bassist's name or the guitarist's name, but when you see them, you'll know. Those are the emo hot kids.
Okay, so first off, I guess we need to establish, we were talking about this in Raid 2. What is this band's name, officially?
I can't answer that. The names come naturally through the psychic energy that the bands give off. I can't just give them a name generically. It has to come to me through a vision.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fucked up. I mean, they're up and coming. Who am I to give them a name they don't mesh with, and then that just ruins the psychic energy that they're putting out?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, it's just that logistically, we need something to put at the top of the billing for Warped to a revival, and I don't know what to put up there.
Have you tried using their names?
That's fair. Yeah, okay, you got me.
Where do you think they would play if they were in Warped? Like, would they be up with like Blink-182, or are we like putting them all the way down with like Pierce the Veil and stuff?
They would be up with Blink-182, the greatest band to ever grace any band. Blink-182. We love Blink-182.
We love Blink-182. We were looking at some market research recently and realized you guys like Blink-182, so we absolutely love them. That new album they dropped, definitely not sad.
For the record, I do actually enjoy Blink-182, but it was just interesting, so I was looking at some like statistics. Yeah, never mind.
Someone tell me why. So on Spotify, it shows people who follow the podcast what their top bands listen to are. Y'all love Blink-182, which, I mean, I also like Blink-182. I don't love them, I'll be honest. They're great. But why does it show us that? What is that going to do for us to know that you guys like Blink-182, Eminem, and Kanye West? Like, that's so weird.
I would like it also to be known that the number 4 artist of our listeners is Ariana Grande. So, like, the gays do listen, okay?
We see you gays. You're represented.
That's probably just Cubby Bub. She listens to enough Ari to just be on there.
You're right. This is for you, Kate.
Also, I just want to get this in real quick before we entered. He's got an ability called Shattered Psyche, but he's gonna shatter my bussy.
Can we also make it known that, like, he doesn't have feet, I'm noticing?
Is that a bad thing you're saying?
Whoa, that's fucked up. That's a little ableist, you bud.
No, I'm just saying, I was just noticing. I mean, like, I feel kind of bad, though, because this means that he can't make some extra income on the side by, like, selling feet pics.
None of them can. They're like, we have to get our band to work because we can't become feet people. We can't sell them to creepy old demons.
He has the most exotic feet pics. He has those smoky blues everyone's asking about.
Yeah, he just, like, lifts up his, like, chainmail skirt, and it's just, like, this blue smoke that comes out, and just snap a quick pic of that, and maybe it looks like a foot, or I don't know.
Someone's like, is this a fog machine with blueberry fog? He goes like, no, it's my penis. Oh, wow, I love it. I love it, Bone Steel.
Bone Steel?
No, you don't. You're lying.
No, really, it's great. It's great, I promise. Also, I'm just gonna say it. Boner Steel. It's right there. Come on, guys. It's so beautiful. It's so funny. So funny.
Bone steal $20 out of your mom's purse? How do you think he got singing lessons?
Dude, he wanted that fucking Fortnite $19 card. You know what I mean?
In the proverbial $19 Fortnite card, who wants it? Bone Steel does, you know.
And Bone Steel got it.
I'm blocked! Mr. Block blocked me! How could this happen?
And with that, Bone Steel, you are our sexiest and one of our weirdest NPCs of the week. Mwah. Now it's time for our top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. This week, I'm gonna have me go first. Psych out.
Wow.
Whoa!
I'm gonna give a top toot to my beautiful Mount Luck that I've been getting lately. As you all know, I got the Tazavesh mount that everybody else got during our run, and I received... Oh, I got that weird yellow horse mount that Immune got that ruined my mount, whatever. But
that everyone got. I was really sad. I was like, no one's getting this, and I checked online, I was like, everyone's getting this.
Candlin is still farming this mount. Every day he farms it, and I'm like, it isn't even that great. Like, chill.
Well, speaking of good mount luck, though, like, shout out to, like, Mithurin. He got the Time Warp one, like, just before we started recording. I mean, the Time Walking one, right?
Yeah, the one that Aaron got, and it was like, this is a mount. It deletes.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Anyway, so the first day of the Necrolord Assault dropped. I ran out there, did it, and completed it, and I got the fucking mount. I got this stupid little zombie stitch dog from the assault immediately, and I was like, what?
Honestly, that one looks so good probably on Alan, right?
I'll have to check to see, is that a different dog than the arena dog?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that one's like a wolf, right?
Yeah, it looks very similar to what you posted in our chat, but it's like got green fart gas coming off of it.
I posted it on the Twitter under the Hi, I'm Alan. That's the mount that's that mount that I was writing. And I was just like, this is crazy that I got 3 mounts that have like a pretty rare loot table. You know, I'm kind of a mount god.
Wow. I mean, everyone got all these ones, right?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Hey, you know what? You can get your mounts, but I'm a backplate specialist. Oh boy, you want a back? I got 'em.
Well, maybe we should throw it to Aaron to see what his top toot for his backplates are.
It's not the backplates. But I did get a lot of cool stuff in Raid, and that's my top toot for this week.
Toot.
Toot!
I got hands and bracers and lots of crystals. And I got a new staff that I was super excited about because I was like, new staff. And then I looked and it's a little shrimpy guy. I was like, really? Raid's gonna give me a little shrimpy staff? Like, it's one thing for like a green level to be unimpressive, but for a purple level, and allegedly that's like Ner'zhul's back scratcher, a little sad, but it's nice to have new equipment.
Yeah, I mean, so have you been able to start your Dom set, like gear with these socket of the shards and stuff yet?
Yes, I have to look. I have to math it out. I have yet to play today, unfortunately, but I need to math out as far as like what thing goes where and which socket. And I think I do need to buy a magic screwdriver to get one of them out. I know that's a thing you can get, but that's what I'm going to do after recording is figure that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Immune, what is your TTBBMM?
So, I am going to have a bottom boot, actually.
Oh, no.
And my bottom boot is the fucking Kevin quest, but also just in general, that Maldraxxus Covenant Assault, which I'm realizing now, because now we're starting to go into like the second cycle of the Covenant Assaults, that I think like the quests that are in there are randomly selected from a pool of quests, because the Venthir Assault that we have now is different than the first one we did.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we just got really unlucky with like the combinations of quests that were all like overlapping poorly, causing bugs with Kevin, being overall unenjoyable for the Maldraxxus one. But I don't know. I just really had a bad time on this Maldraxxus Assault the first time I ran it I was on my Druid, I think, and the Kevin quest took me far too long, as I had said earlier, and it's just not enjoyable. And I felt like the reward I got from it, and by reward I mean like the mini cinematic thing you get at the end of it, like the air quotes scenario type thing that you do at the end of it with Draka, also was kind of uninspired. It's just like kill these 4 things, and then like you kill the last one, and then it's like you're done. I'm like, oh, what? That was it?
They pulled their ziggurats in there. They're big floating bases. They're there. We did it.
I like the Ziggurat in cinematic. I think that the Kyrian one was the suck.
I will agree with that. That one
Agreed.
was also bad. But for me personally, I had a bad time with the Kevin quest, so that is my bottom boot.
That's fair. Also, guys, I have bad news for everybody involved. We missed a macro holiday yesterday.
Oh no,
What did we
it
miss?
was the dance in the auction house, right?
It was Vashir Diving Day, where you get to see like glowing fish in Vashir. We always miss this stupid fucking holiday. Someone put it in their calendar. All of us do it.
I mean, last time we all put something on our calendar, I was forced to see that my boat fucking sucked, so I don't know if I want to do this.
Yes, so perhaps the fish look more glowy and cool in our mind. It would be a real shame to go out there next year and see how mundane and unloved that event is.
Honestly, let's do it. The fish cannot possibly look worse than my Draenei boat, so...
All right, well, with that, we're out of here. If you have any comments, questions, reviews, if you want to send us fan mail, hate mail, dick mail, porn mail, if you want us to rate your IMDb accounts or your LinkedIn's or your Wikipedia edit entries, send us an email at
Send us your old Flickster, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's meet up on Flickster.
Let me go through your photo bucket. Send us an email at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Spotify or leave us a review on Apple iTunes, and we'll take a shot and read your review. What about you guys? Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or the podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. I stream apparently at sometimes, I don't know, on Twitch at Immunization DNR. Oh, also you can leave us a rating on Warcraft Radio Podcast Directory.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at TheBigACheesy on Twitter.com. Read our literary musings at DoNotRelent.livejournal.com. And I stream at twitch.tv/AaronDNR occasionally. And also, the magic word of the week is Winchester. This is a special treat for all of those who listen to the end, because I know you motherfuckers drop off in the final 2 minutes.
Well, everyone does. But wait, what do they do with... Wait, what if I send you the code Winchester? What do I get?
You get me doing a blurry thumbs up.
Oh.
Send it to the Big Cheesy in a DM with the special code word of the week. And
Why
I'll
would
give
anybody want the blurry thumbs up?
You'd be surprised.
You gotta add in like a $10 Venmo or something.
I'm making zero money from this thing. Why would I pay money?
Also,
You get a thumbs up, and that's if you're lucky.
Also, the podcast fees are due soon. Also, no Venmos for that.
None of us have money to pay people for sending us these codes. Slide, what the fuck?
All right, and remember,
Another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
Winchester. Hey, what's up, gamers? The code word's Winchester, if you know what I mean. So I just did a wild seed party because Growlina didn't show up to work because we were too busy talking about other stuff. Anyway, in this episode of Wild Seed Party, I talked to my main man, Brocat Bear. I saw this druid and I said, yo, this guy's awesome, what's up? He says, they say hi. And I said, you got time for 2 questions, like real quick? And they were like, sure. So I literally don't have any plans, but I'm gonna ask this person. I was like, so I just like, would you say you're a passionate lover? Which is really, I'm surprised Brocat Bear stayed throughout the entirety. I would have left immediately. But then Brocat Bear said, LOL, sure, yeah. And I said, hell yeah, brother. Okay, second question. If you could travel anywhere for a week, where would you go? Could be real or fake, I don't care. Brocat Bear says, I said, all expenses paid, baby. Don't even worry about the money. Brocat Bear says, New Zealand, maybe, to check it out. I was like trying to get in that new Lord of the Rings. I feel ya. And now, Brocat Bear, this is the part where you listen to the podcast and become a lifelong fan. Because now you're famous. He said he would listen to the podcast. He said he'd support it. So if Brocat Bear doesn't fucking whisper Aaron on Twitter, Winchester, is he even a true fan? You know, I don't know. Yeah, that was my wild season party. Not as wild as the last one, because this guy was actually polite. So thanks, Brocat Bear. Love ya, girl, gal, guy, whoever you be. Keep on brocatting bearing. Alright, that's enough of this. Also, you guys are fucking welcome. I did this in Korthia, and there's, you know how many rares have popped up? I've never seen so many fucking map pins linked in my chat than when I'm doing a very important work interview. That's how much I sacrifice for this game, for the love of the game. Alright, this is it.